I'll go through the newsletter, and then we'll go to crypto bubbles, and then I'll flick to you. Oh, we're actually live. We just went live. We're still talking, and it just went live. Cool professionalism.
We had that happen on the Aaron show, right? Everyone who was listening, and both Brandon and I have radio shows, and as you know, he's shifted studios and things. And in the glitching, he flicked the button. He thought Lee and I were on, and it wasn't. And they clicked things, and we thought. But then what happened? Lee and I started talking, and of course, what are you doing in the weekend? Chit chat, you know what I mean? And people are texting, guys, we can hear what you're saying. So we had music for 15 minutes. It was a complete train wreck in the introduction, but a great presentation. So hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Tim McCracken, the Crypto Tradie World. Hope you're doing good. Thanks, Brandon, for the show.
Cool. There's the intro. All right. Hi everyone. It's Brandon from Orange Brick Road. We're just doing the live stream newsletter, as you can see. We're professional as always. Today, because each week we're going to be having someone on, so I'm not sitting there talking to myself about the news. So we're going to be having a guest on. Last week we had Jamie from JR Consulting, Nexus Consulting. We've had Nish Bisha from Stormrake. I think next week we're trying to have Julia on. From Block Square.
Jamie's very popular. He did your radio, he's done this, he did my radio show. Julia's on the radio show next week and on your stream. Yeah.
Small world, man. It's small world. So anyways, today we're joined from Tim from Crypto Academy. If you look on Orange Brick Road, you'll see him under trading. He's like an expert trader. He's the guy that I go to say, hey man, when's a good time to sell? When's a good time to buy? So I don't have to look at charts. I get him to do it all. And he just comes back to it. So anyway, Tim, just a real brief introduction of yourself and a tiny little bit about your background.
I came from a very centralized background. Originally started out as a tradie, carpet layer. Went to uni, couple of degrees, went into real estate, sold commercial, just some postgraduate work, real estate valuation, developed real estate for 12 years, did all my own finance, came to Australia. I was doing investment finance for investment properties. So I've always swum in that really centralized sort of canal. You know, it was about 2014. I was a guest speaker at the Sydney Property Expo show on a project. And there's a guy before me, I still remember from Century 21, not real estate, but he's got an academy, and he was trying to convince a room for about 4,000 people, or property people, in a room to buy Bitcoin at $600, and it was a good investment. And it went down like the Titanic. So I came on and said, internet funding money, bricks and mortar, only way to go to generate wealth, and everyone cheers, right? So it was 2014, and I was as skeptical as everyone else, right? Yeah. 2016, 2 years ahead, I noticed that Bitcoin took 6,500, and I'm doing a double take, going, hang on, that can't be right. Is there a typo? And started to do a deep dive. Oh my God. So that means that if someone bought that $600 asset 2 years later, 6,500, the $400,000 properties that we're selling on average were worth about $440,000, $460,000, would actually be worth equivalently $4 million.
Yep.
And I went, okay, I need to really do a deep dive on this.
Yep.
And my finance broker and good friend of mine, he said, you need to find the next Bitcoin. So that's what started on the journey. And this is back in the day, because this is our third halving, Brandon.
Yep. As of a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And I came across this thing called XRP. And there wasn't much choice back then, was there? There was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. So I fell in love with XRP, married XRP, and became an XRP maximist. And then went through that 2017, 18, had a lot of funds coming. I missed the pullback. The pullback was good. So I came in after about an 80% pullback, and I thought, giddy up. And I was doing futures and trading futures and educating on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So I thought, perfect entry point. Put a significant, sold a few properties, a significant amount of capital in. XRP and a few others, and then it halved again. That was my first real rude awakening to the joys of cryptocurrency, and I just went, I can't believe this has just happened, right? Yeah. We did the crypto winter. I made a commercial decision to not look at crypto, to learn about it, shut my accounts down. A lot of people capitulated, and I know as a trader, when things like that what you should be doing is actually buying more for the uplift, right? So we went all through that, and it wasn't until COVID came, and I'd actually just moved back to Sydney and from Queensland. And of course, what am I going to do? Like everyone else. So I did look in my charts. I thought I opened up my accounts again. I looked at it, and everything was still there. That's the back end day of Binance and things. And I said, wow, man, this is the bottom of the curve, right? Let's start going. So we started buying, and then people were saying, oh, what are you doing? And I said, oh, look, because I used to do a lot of one-on-one high-level coaching. And I said, look, I'm thinking about starting an academy, It was never on the radar. And that's how it started. And I was just day trading, and people were saying, oh, what are you buying? What are you selling? And I just said, I do my signals in the morning, tune in the Zoom links, and slowly over time, all these faces were popping up. We used to start 8 o'clock in the morning because no one had anything to do, right? We're all locked down. So these basically sessions started from 7 o'clock in the morning, sometimes going through to 2 o'clock in the morning. We just wouldn't stop. We'd talk, we'd have chats, online drinks, playing, whatever. And we lived and breathed that. And it was a really awesome how this organically came together. And that's one thing I love about your community and what you do, Brandon, is that you're really good bringing people together and really helping people and going and moving forward. And I thought this was pretty cool. So then we decided to develop some little programs and things and reinventing it. And it was very hard because, as you know, we weren't in what we called a reality. So it's very hard to develop and plan something moving forward when you're in an unreal situation, but the situation is real. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
And I know you and I, we talked about you do your marketing things and you've got to throw that in the bin. So we had to reinvent a lot of stuff. And it was about when I first met you and Nish around that June last year, I decided I'm going to completely overhaul the academy. And I set this massive task and this big picture and a big vision. And it's taken 10 months to get to the stage where I'm 100%.
Oh, hello.
Yep, you back?
Yeah, you just froze up for a little bit there.
Yeah, so knowing the cycles and everything like that, we put together 4 portfolios of different people starting with different amounts of capital and making a weekly contribution to log over time the trades that we were doing and what we were recommending. And then every week, and we went from day trading to week trading, where we found that people were struggling with day trading psychologically. They're not 90% of people, they're just not wired for it. They can't handle the drawdowns. And then they go silly crypto drunk when it goes on the other side, right? Yep. So we changed the timelines. We're making it a weekly, fortnightly, and now monthly cycles, far more palatable, and tracking that. And then every week, screenshotting the results, putting them to archive so that we can go back and we can show people the past 6 months of what's been realistically achieved, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this, what we've just been through now, is probably one of the biggest drawdowns we've had, I think, since some time.
Yep.
And what actually is realistically possible from an investment point to create capital, but also now to create an income. So we've now modified it so people that have a large amount of capital or small income, a realistic monthly income. And the formula that's been now recorded and proved, tried and tested over 6 months, is that $10,000 can generate you about $1,000 a month, right? Some months are going to be more, sometimes a little bit less. And then to make it even simpler, I've got one of my members, she's been with me for 3 years, and she originally couldn't day trade. And I said, I came up with this idea and I ran it past her. She goes, that'd be brilliant. So what we find is people can't read charts. Chart work is so hard. and there's so many different charts. You look at 3 charts, you got 3 different results: buy, sell, don't know what to do, then all the indicators and everything like that, and it's an absolute mind meld, right? But most people just go too hard, right? And having done the proverbial 10,000 hours and the pain and it's gone, I thought there must be a simpler and easier way to communicate to people that are coming in, that are new to crypto, already in crypto, or want to take it to the next level. And it took about 4 months testing and measuring different things. And we can go through what we come today, which has been very well received. And what we've developed is what's called a color coding system. So what we do is we go on and we have a spreadsheet, a back end you lock onto, and the coin and the market prices, and then we've got 5 colors. And what we've done is taken the concept of overly bought, overly sold. Everybody understands the concept that you buy at the bottom of the market and you sell at the top. Virtually no one can do that for 2 reasons. First of all, one, you can never pick the bottom or the top, right? Within 10%, stochastics actually work on 20%.
Yep.
2, the emotion. Like everyone runs around like, headless chickens when things are foaming and blasting through the roof, and they go and they get caught and it pulls back, and then they get like, this doesn't work. Or the other side of the coin is, oh my God, we're too scared. It could go to zero, or could break, or just explode. And this isn't going to happen, right? And as you know, the channel, the engineered marketing by Larry Fink and BlackRock we've been in for the last 2 months has been very difficult trading conditions, and it's just been going like this between 60 and 70,000, and they've been pushing the market up and pushing it down, buying, front running their clients. When it comes up, they resell it. So making people aware of these cycles are actually normal. So what happens, people go and they've got 5 colors, and I do all the chart work behind it, and then we'll color code it. So we'll go, for example, at the moment, everything's pretty much overly sold, right? So it's pretty much green. If it's been overly bought, and we'll look at the charts, and I've related the colors to the chart so that people understand what's behind it, that it's going extreme caution, you don't buy, you stop. That's why it's red, right? Likewise, on the bottom end, it's green, and in the middle, it's yellow, which is neutral, which is channeling, and then we've got an aqua blue, which means it's trending down, and then we've got a trending up color with like a sort of pinky color, right? So then people can log on and go, okay, I've been to that dreaded YouTube, I've heard all the spruikers, I've been in the echo chamber, I'm so confused, and everyone's going, buy, blah, 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 and the charts say it's overly sold, right? And what happens is they go and they buy, they get wrecked, right? So we go, no, you go and buy the greens and the blues. So even if Homer Simpson came on board today and we showed him how to buy a crypto and how to log on and to see what color is, he'd just go, okay, I'll buy the green, I'll buy the blue. Now, technically what that we've done is we've created a color-coded dollar cost averaging system, right? Which means that is provided you're always buying on the lower end, and each week you're logging in, just put your little $100 a week or up to whatever, and that builds over time. Now, what happens is that when the top end is going frothy, it lifts the balance in the account, and when the bottom's going down, the other ones actually balance it out. And you can actually see the swings and the movements are nowhere as extreme with a well-balanced portfolio. And I remember you and I, we sat down and we did the 30 cryptos. Remember we went through, I think, I made my list, and I think there was only one that we didn't have on there. And so then we put that through our Academy rating system and our also investment model. So there's a very strong process that we go through. What we do is educate people about the process, not about cryptocurrency, because it applies to the market. And once you understand that there's a 5-step process to go through of either value or opportunity for us to assess it, and then it's got to pass up to 72% of our internal proprietary rating system. It then goes to be rated out of 10. Even if it's passed and it's less than 6.5, we disregard it. So we put it through the mincer, and then we say, okay, these projects, and you go up and it's logged on your sheet. You see the rating, the potentiality for that, and then it just gets color coded. You log on. It's always done by every Monday. Sometimes I'll review it during the week. At the moment, there's nothing much to review, and if there is, I'll just send out a blast. And you just log on and you just literally invest in crypto by following the colors. And then we've now got 6 months of every week we screenshot, archive in that, so we can show people, well, here are the results. You can sit down, you can spend the next 14 hours of your life going through the archives. You're more than welcome to. And provided you stick to the process, you swim between the flags, and provided you're sticking with the 30 approved cryptocurrencies that have been through our system and our rating system, we're actually in the position to give a 12-month performance assurance, right?
Okay.
And with some of our programs, some of those assurances go from 1x, 2x, 3x, right? Which is quite significant. So that gives people peace of mind. They know there's a lot of work and research done behind. It's simple, clear to understand, easy to do, but with the support assurances, if we don't deliver the outcome promised at the beginning, in 12 months, we keep providing our service until you get the outcome. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So if someone came on and said, yeah, I'm getting started. James from the other night, he's just come on board that you sent through, right? Love the color coding. He's starting small money, weekly contributions, and they can build for there. And once they got their confidence, he says, look, I'll probably take my account up to 20,000, right? He's going to have a 1x assurance on the program that he's on. That means we'll take him, that he's going to make $20,000. And if he wants to upgrade to a high level program, which is a bit more advanced, but more active trading, right? Not day trading, that assurance becomes $40,000, right? So that gives him the peace of mind to know, as long as he sticks to the system and the process and buys the greens and blues, not the reds and not the FOMO, that there can only be one outcome, right? Now, the flip side is that when people want to sell, right? And a good example was Gala Games that we did, we'll start six months ago. It was about 1 cent. It went up to 6 cents. And we've tracked it. We can measure it. And now I've got screenshots saying, well, if you started here, this is where it's here. You could have taken profit here, here, here. If you go to the dreaded spruikers on YouTube, they use what we call historical static charts. So they bring up a chart. They go, oh, yeah, this is up here. We told everyone to buy here, and you would have made this and subscribe to my program. Click like and share, right? You are the product. People, there's no such thing as free, right? If anything's free, you are the product. And what happens is all these people, they go rushing into these things and they're getting paid commissions. They're spruiking, they're shilling coins. For example, the BitBoy, the big bust up with his previous thing, he's back with Stake, the American gambling firm. It came out in all the drama, the separation, and now he's going down his new track. They were sponsoring him $15.3 million US dollars a year to be their sponsor. And now at one stage he was previously saying, like, you know, he was hating on Solana. If I ever bought Solana, I've got to get a Solana tattoo. Now he's a self-proclaimed commander of the Solana army, right? These guys are paid by promoters to promote their product to you. Whereas we're the other way around. We don't take any referral links. There are no commissions. There is no shilling, right? We are fee for service, one-off, no profit share. 100% is all yours. And we do live prospective moving forward charts using charting tools, indicators, Fibonacci's to give what we call a high degree of probability of where we think the market could be going to and what we're doing. So once someone's been through that, they get to understand that they can go to different levels down to one-on-one trading to, you know, be a really professional trader. But I must stress this to people, this just does not happen overnight. You see these marketers, you know, oh, I want to be a day laptop lifestyle, living the dream, blah. It's all bullshit, right? Yeah. Anything takes time, whether it be an apprenticeship. My daughter's just about to start a bake. Hi, Meeks, if you're watching. An apprenticeship as a high-end pastry chef, right? If you're a builder, it takes 3 or 4 years. It takes time. You can't compress it. You can learn a lot in 6 months and get to a certain level, and then you go to the next level. So for traders to become consistently profitable takes 2 years. There's no shortcut.
Yeah,
the 10,000 hours. I can compress it down. But after 12 months with what we're doing, you should be at a high proficiency. And my goal is to get you to be able to do this by yourself without us. You can still be a member of the community, you can still have things you do, but it does take time. And the question I always used to get asked on the futures market, when can I quit my job? And we were day trading at 100-to-1 leverage. Now, the Crypto Academy, we don't use leverage, right? We won't even go to the conversation yet. It takes 6 months of consistent profitability to make that assessment. And if you've got wife, kids, mortgages, don't believe this fallacy, that you can just go and day trade crypto on a laptop on the beach and everything's giddy up, boom. No, it's not going to happen, right? And people are getting a lot smarter these days. The people they know what bullshit sounds like, and they know what truth sounds like. Now, I know the conversation we've had. You screen a lot of people. Sometimes I will sit down, depending with a person, and saying, first of all, why are you doing this? What do you want to do? Do you know that 90% of the people can't do this consistently? And I lay out all the pitfalls, right, first. Whereas a marketing company go, oh, yeah, we're going to know you how it goes. And it's not pay for play. It's not pay for play. If we think that active trading is not for you, we have a passive program. And we say, maybe this is better suited. Start here. Put your toe in the water. Swim between it. Everyone starts somewhere. Don't be in a rush. Don't quit your day job. You can actually make life-changing money, which is the key phrase that's going out with this cycle that's about to stave. I know some marketers out there saying wife-changing or husband-changing money. I suppose it's going to depend on the way. But there is the capacity over the next 12 to 18 months coming into the end of November 2025 for people to make significant game-changing or life-changing money, provided they have the support, systems, processes, and approach it with sensible goals and do not use exchange leverage at all. It's a killer.
Yeah, no, leverage is absolute garbage, man. We shouldn't do that. I don't recommend anyone to use leverages. All right, cool. No, that was cool. Cool introduction.
Yep. Okay, thanks. Keep going. Sorry, I'll grab a cup of tea.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm just going to start off into the newsletter. I'll just do a screen share here now. Okay, because... Alrighty, there it is. Okay, everyone, this is the newsletter that comes out. You go to subscribe, you just go to orangebrickroad.com.au. The newsletter, I think, is on the bottom somewhere. Yep, join newsletter, bada bing. And this is what it looks like. Basically, we just cover different articles that I've been looking at through the week, but anyone that's on the OBR team, like Tim, contributes articles, that sort of stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. There you go, Tim. This is what we're going to be maybe covering today as well. So that's what it looks like. I'm just going to flick straight now to crypto bubbles. Anything here that stands out for you, mate? Oh, look at this. I don't even know what that is.
What are we on? We're on the weekly?
We're on the weekly,
Are we in the top 100 for people out there? This is absolutely awesome. If you go to CoinMarketCap, all you see is numbers and things. It's very, very. How crypto bubbles work is that, for example, Pepe. What people don't realize is that was not listed on Coinbase because Brian, he didn't want to. It was a toxic pest. He said never be listed. Huge outcry. I had to apologize in writing. It's now been listed on Coinbase Futures. Now, the futures market is for sophisticated investors. What happens, it sets a precedence that once it's on the futures market, within a certain period of time, it gets listed on the spot market, which is the cash market for mums and dads, or anyone can go and buy, right? Now, as you know, we've been in between. Pepe's going well, Bonk's going well. When something gets a Coinbase listing, it goes to the moon. It's the largest liquidity pool in the world. And the Americans, God bless them, well, they're not the smartest tools in the tool shed. Look at their prime minister. If you can elect that without getting political, is that they always new listing no matter what. Oh, buy that for $1. Oh, my God, it's 0. And they just FOMO in and they drive it up. So one of the things that we've been doing and incorporating, and these are in our signals, is we know that when it gets to like a Coinbase listing, a Crypto.com, a Kraken, the price pumps up because everyone runs in, right?
Yeah.
We position beforehand. Then we're putting out the red alerts, don't buy. And then we come up underneath it, right? We come up underneath it. We're trading stop losses. So if it does pull out, we get paid out, right? Then we set really big targets. And if it hits that, we get paid out, right? So that's one for everyone. If you don't own Pepe, give it serious consideration. Optimism is another one of mine. That's a layer 2, which is basically a matic or polygon, and that's going to have a big game, especially if the SEC hit Ethereum it sounds like they are, was actions, and Ethereum's going to have a bit of grief. With Dog with Hat, I missed this one. And unfortunately, it gets to a stage when it's done a certain run, like when something's done like 20 or 30x, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit that sort of criteria. But Dog with Hat, and it's all it is, the actual original JPEG, because all a meme is a JPEG, sold for $4.6 million. It's just crazy, right?
Yeah,
as
that's
an
just
NFT.
mental.
But let's look for some quality, right? Render, Solana. Solana's going to have an epic. I'm calling. I'm going to put it on the block here. I believe Solana will break the $1,000 mark at the peak of the market.
Yep.
Avalanche gaming is going to be huge at the moment. I know because some of the guys just bought some today, $33. There is at least 10x in there. Could be a $500 coin. Let's see what else jumps out. Render's going to have a good one there.
I think Graft. I think that's going to have
the graph. The graph. And just to explain what I mean about X factors, so the graph we were recommending to our people at about 6 cents. I think today it's about 27 US. So it's done 4x. So when we first identified and put it through our research, it was 100x potential. What that means is $1,000 could turn into 100 multiplier, right? Big numbers. But once it goes from 6 cents to 12 cents, it doubles, and people think, oh, it hasn't gone much. The 100x becomes 50x. And when that doubles again, it becomes 25x, and it gets squeezed, right? And people don't realize this. People saying, oh, Dogecoin might double its value, but the market cap at the moment is what, 30 billion. It might go back up to 90. So you might get a 3x on your money. But why would you do that when you can find quality projects like Solana, Avalanche, GRX? And what happens in our strategies is that when we get those 50 and 100x's on the way up, we're converting and rolling it into quality assets like Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin might be doing 3 to 4x, and you've got something that's say done 40x, that's 10x. So when you swap over, your Bitcoin only owes you 10 cents in the dollar, right? And that's how we create equity and real strong generation wealth, by trading lower caps. Then we've got the jebs. But there's risk, right? And 1,000x one we've just done recently, it's only been out about 3 weeks. In the pullback, it hardly flinched. Right? It was a good sign. Bonk. One of the things for meme season is going to be huge, because it gives the average person, and I've got some people I'm working with in Nigeria and Africa, and they said, look, Tim, we just can't, the people over here are so poor, right? And the currency's done 75%. The government's corrupt. All these lower countries, it gives them an opportunity for $1 or $2 to buy something that could go to 10. So you've got all of these underdeveloped countries and things and that, they're coming in and they're buying because they've got the opportunity to create some wealth, right? And this is what we don't realize, how lucky we are in the Western world, right? So what that means is a whole lot of things, and then there's a fashion, and some people have made some like crazy money out of meme coins. It's going to be huge. So Bonk is the one of the main meme coins on its network. So what we say is we've got to look at the actual layer network, right? And what is the top or the best second meme. Everything else sort of fades away, and they get these community stories, and he's the cousin of this, and this is the no. If you're going to buy Pepe, you buy Pepe. If you're going to buy Bonk, you buy Bonk. You don't buy baby Pepe and all these sort of things. Are rug pulls. You get ripped off. So WIF, even if someone is looking at it now, it does have legs, although it has had a huge huge. Even Rayo Powell, right, hedge fund manager, ex Goldman Sachs, and he's a Solana, Bitcoin.
Oh, you're frozen again.
Have I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
So when you've got the quality of like Rayo Powell, who was ex Goldman Sachs VP, he's got his own hedge fund with Real Vision. He's a big macroeconomist. Even he and his funds are now pushing into some of these memes because of the potential for the masses to buy a lot with a small amount of money to turn that into big money, right? So we've also incorporated that in our restructure as well for those who want to do memes.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing you. And just to go through, just so everyone knows what I own Polkadot. I think it's a good project. I own Tezos, Theta, Solana, AVAX, Nia, Graft, Stacks. I'm actually having the guys on from Stacks on the radio show. I think not next week, the week after. What else is there? EOS. I mean, I got into EOS right at the beginning, and it hasn't really done a lot. But speaking of that, also having the guys from Hedron, HBAR, they're on next week. Talking to them. I own VETS, Filecoin. I own Ethereum, obviously. ICP, International Computer Program. Oh my God, I can't even talk. And I own Matic, which is crazy because I was doing a transaction on Ethereum the other day, and it was like $180 in gas. I bridged it over to Matic and did it for, I think, 11 cents. So I think Matic's got
I heard there's a rumor going around the Ethereum gas fees put you in hospital. The shock of
it. Mate, unstaking with Ethereum, you forget about it, mate. I know it was the first in the market, a mover advantage and all that, but it's really got to pick up its game. It's just totally terrible. All right, flying into it next. We both know Julia. This is Mitch actually done this. What do you think of this real world token sort of, I wouldn't say a meme, but it seems to be taking on in crypto now, where people are starting to take it seriously. And we obviously work with Block Square. We both know Julia. We know Mitch. We know Minnie. And I think the BST token, like, it's done great for me. I think it's a great protocol. You can stake it. We've put through Orange Brick Road, we've tokenized about 16 or 17 different actual real estate. Houses. So it's just got real world advantage. Did you know much about the Block Square, the BST token?
Well, as you know, I've been busy for 10 months on my primary. I'm now in things, and I was speaking to Julia a couple of days ago. She's coming on the show next week, and we're having a really solid meeting. The deeper dive I've done into this, the more I like it. And I've actually, since we did the top the 30 coins to put through our rating system, I've swapped some out. I'm now including BST, and I'll be taking probably a utility one out because the charts at the moment are showing a strong accumulation, ABC pattern to the upside, currently about 62%. The next level is going to be $2. So the charts are solid, right? And that's the thing. Think about all the YouTube stuff. Let's always look at the fundamentals. Yeah. But in very simple terms, because as you know, this is such a huge scope, right? So what I'm doing, and what we do at the academy, is we take the complex and make it clear, simple, and easy to understand and do, right?
Yep.
So I'm breaking it into two categories, into owner-occupier and investors. So coming from a very strong investment background, I'll go through this for the people out there. Let's say you've bought an investment property and your situations have changed and you might have to sell and the market's come back or whatever that may be. The capital losses that you can have are huge, right? With tokenization, you can actually tokenize 10%, 20%, depending on the amount of equity that you've got in there. And that gets recorded on the blockchain with the rental agreements, the title, everything, the banks, the loans, the whole thing, as if it was a loan application. So people have clear transparency. Once people go and have a look at it, when they buy that token, they get a percentage of the income and according. So back in the day, you might remember, Brendan, the old property syndicators, they buy a property, put in the company 100 shares, everyone chucking $5,000, you know, and you can never get out because there's no one to buy your shares, right? And you're stuck with 99 other angry people that can't agree on what to do. Now, what it means is you can go to the marketplace, you could buy, for example, $5,000 of a property in Dubai, Sweden, Australia, or whatever, and get a percentage of that income. But to sell it, the exit strategy is very clear and very simple, right? You can just sell it. And it's a very liquid market. It also gives the opportunity for people to say, hey, I want to go and buy another property. I might have a holiday home in another country. I can't get a mortgage on it. I don't want to sell it. They could tokenize it, right, and sell part of it to bring some money back in to buy another property. So it's a very, very good tool. And being a qualified and registered valuer of real estate back in the day and develop, I understand this very, very well, and I really like it because I can see it provides so many solutions.
Yep.
On the other side, the owner occupier, I don't know how my daughter's going to buy a house.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Like we all know, we're at the glass ceiling. What does $1 million buy you? It gets you $1 million mortgage. It draws you into the matrix, the slavery. We want to get people out of the matrix, out of the slavery, right?
Yep.
And so what it means is that parents, or what they can do is they can sit down there and say, we can help them out. They can buy the tokens and help their children buy another property. So it's a bit rather than collaterally securing. Also, it gives the opportunity, and this is a limited opportunity, and this is one of the things I did with the deep dive on Julia that I really liked, is that when you go through and tokenize a percentage of your property as an owner occupier, 10%, you then stake their tokens, and they issue BST after 6 months with a vesting period over 12 months, so they can't be dumped. So you'll actually get a genuine cryptocurrency. You can go every month and sell or buy or swap for Bitcoin or do whatever you want. You can create an income stream. Now, at the moment, Block Square's got 47% in circulating supply. And one of my key questions to Julia was what happens when it hits 100 million? Now, 100 million is not a lot in supply. They're doing quadrillions now, right?
Yep.
She says, once the 100 million is done, it's done. There's no more staking. So effectively, you're basically getting a free cryptocurrency for helping them grow their business and reduce their circulating supply. So when people are coming into their marketplace to buy, they must buy their token. And therefore, if you've got 100% circulation, I think we'll be there probably by the end of 2025, right? No more supply. It's not the Fed printing money every month. And people want to buy cash flow and liquidity and have secondary incomes or multi-stream incomes in multiple properties around the world and spread their risk. The price of that token just keeps going consistently north, right? And she sent me through some projections. It has to, right? To me, it's just a no-brainer. And one of the things that we do, and we're big on, is circulating supply in our research model and tokenomics. So once all this is out and it's circulating, you can't be dumped on. There's none of this crash and burn. And if you've got a consistent supply that can't be growing, you can't print any more, and you've got an increasing demand, there's only one way the price can go.
Yep. No, right? I completely agree. I'm bullish as hell on it.
Well, I was going to use that swear word, but I'm very, and coming from a very strong real estate background of decades and developing things in this is, and Julie is awesome because she explains things so well.
Yep.
She had to explain a couple of things twice with me, but there's a lot of depth to this, and this is a long-term play. Currently, at this morning, 741 ranking on CoinMarketCap, 62 cents. Next level $2, and she's sent through to me some projections some of the community have done over the next 10 years, and I'm very, very, very comfortable with it.
Yep, no, 100%. It's just been listed on Coin Metro too, with the BST token. But honestly, the easiest way to get to BST is to go onto here and go on. This is not me stroking. It's literally the easiest way, because Stormrate lists it now, so you can literally just go into your Stormrate. Yep, yeah, 100%. I've got Bishop, talked to Julia. They've all worked it all out. So everyone that's buying BST now, especially through our network, are just using Stormrate. That way you don't have to sign up to exchanges, you don't have to carry on, you don't have to use DEXs, you don't have to do anything. So if you want BST, get an account with these guys. They're a brokering service. You send them the money, you tell them what you want to buy. They buy find the best prices for you. They buy it and put it straight into your wallet, or they can self-custody it. All right, moving into, that's a little bit of a shill, but honestly,
can I just say something just about Stormrake as well?
Sure.
I've found now is that because at the high level stuff, we do a lot of gem hunting. Like we're looking for that 1000x, 500x, 100x.
Yep.
We have to go through so many different exchanges. And we found this in the early days. And if someone comes on and they might have a coin spot or something like that, there's 4 or 5 different exchanges, different processes, different things. It is
Dexes.
So hard. Dexes, it's just a nightmare. Well, and I just go now, hey guys, unless I got a coin spot, just go to Stormrake, give you a fight. I think the minimum transactions 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000. But
they
with,
do it all
with that $2,000, you can buy like 5 different cryptos. It's just the order has to be $2,000. And another thing you can do is you can send them your crypto and go, okay, I want to swap this for this. And then they then find it. So instead of you going on all these different dexes, signing up KYC, because I mean, I know what I'm like, and I'm probably assume that you're the same. I'm on probably 15, 16, I don't know, different exchanges because I've signed up to Binance, CoinSpot, KuCoin, SwiftX, you know what I mean? Just all the different exchanges, plus also using all the dexes, you know, sending stable coins over, Ethereum, doing the swap functions, then also, you know, going into to different blockchains, like you're buying stuff off Matic and then all of a sudden buying stuff off Phantom and all that sort of stuff. I don't have to do any of that now. I just go Bish or Stormrake. I want this. I'll swap this for this. Done. They do all the legwork.
And I like actually one of our mutual. So he's just sold a property and he's about to do a big buy. And I said, mate, Stormrake it. And he goes, yeah. The one I said, yep. It's just 100%. Makes your life easier. And as an educator and as a high level educator, to get into our higher heavy lifting programs like how to create, manage your own hedge fund, you have to have a certain degree of proficiency. And even I'm busy trying to just stay ahead of the curve and all the I see Swift have just updated theirs, SwiftX. It's always changing, constantly, right? It's just so hard. And the thing is, when people are paying, you know, for fee for service, we want to be making them money, not trying to work out how to get them on exchanges. You know, like
exactly.
We want to make money once they got there.
Or them sending it to the wrong addresses or whatever. You know, it's just such a pain in the ass. All right, now out of these, I've out of these ones, I know Theta. I don't know what that is. Mantle, I know. Aave, I know. I own Theta, Aave, Bitcoin, obviously. Chainlink. I don't know what these do. Because apparently these are the best 9, and they give a breakdown of why. And I've had a bit of a read, and I understand they're sort of getting into the VR section and the different aspects of you know, the crypto and all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a breakdown.
What were those top 2? What were the top 2? Because it's a small screen.
It's called SimuGaze.
No idea. Never heard of it. So why is that number 1?
Amazing. Look, by right now, many investors are flocking into the investment into the new cryptocurrency market. They're talking about the amazing VR-enabled landscape, which integrates blockchain and vehicle simulation and steering the community. I think it's just a VR play, you know. But I haven't heard of it at all. So do your own research, obviously. And Dark Loom, you know, it's once again, I haven't heard of this one. Chainlink, obviously. I'm big into Chainlink, Bitcoin. So yeah, there's a bit of a break. Aave, what do you think of Aave?
I had a good run last time, and my Aave journey was quite funny because I got in at about $23, and then it did a bit of a run, and then it went up to sort of 60, and then it did a pop, and it basically went from 23 to $120 in about a week. And like all good traders go, oh yeah, you know, 5x, sell all, send all, tell all, all right, and then it went to 230, 240, and then it went all the way up to about 8, right? and I was in and out at different times, and that was one of the ones you could get written through. I think what happens is that this market is going to be driven by narrative, right? And what happens is when the narrative is on and the spotlight's on a crypto, the price goes, right? And you've got to be very, very careful. It was a last cycle. It's had a narrative, and it's not the new shiny object, right? Doesn't mean it's not good. It's really good buying. Like at the moment, what, under 90 or 98 or something US? So as a protocol, but there are things coming through. And this is what people don't realize is cryptocurrency is technology. We have the opportunity to invest the same as seed investors, the same as capital investors, whatever, in these projects, right? And what happens when the narrative cools off and there's a new shiny object, they do get lagged behind. So it's sub 100 and it's been high as 880. Look, I can see a 2 or 3x in it. I don't think it's going to go back to its glory days, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with it because I know basically it's a decentralized lending platform for crypto. It was very clunky. I have used it before. I've had clients use it. It can be very frustrating and clunky, even for people that are crypto savvy like myself. I found it very, but it's improved a lot, and I think it's got a lot more to improve where it just becomes seamless. Well, but it's already established itself in the market, and it's already gone through the teething problems. So I'm kind of bullish on it. You know, I think it's got a lot of potential.
Without front running, Brandon, remember how I introduced you to the Unveiled guys, the crypto lending? That honestly, you're far better off dealing with them. And Australian. It's like, are we going to cover those guys today? Because Chancellor they're good guys, right? And I'd like to give them a bit of a spotlight.
That was literally what I was about to say. This is what Unveiled have done, is what Arve had done last cycle, where it was clunky, where these guys literally. It's a one-stop shop. You don't have to be bridging over, wrapping stuff up, swapping it, waiting for the contract, that sort of stuff. These guys do it all. So, this is where I'm kind of on the fence with Arve, is like, unless they improve to a point where they've basically just got an interface like Unveiled, where's the utility? So that's kind of where I'm at with that one. Okay, moving on. We've got a couple of things, but this is basically the Bitcoin halvening, whereas El Salvador adopts Bitcoin as a legal tender. Pretty old news. I don't know if that makes it all that bullish. MicroStrategy, obviously, how much have they put in so far? Was it $1.9 billion or something crazy like that? But anyways, sorry. $4 billion, is it? All right. Okay.
He just raised another 800. He basically raised another $1 billion, so basically like a IOU, and he borrowed the money at less than 1%.
Well, that's what you can do when you're buying bulk money like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think of this with Stripe and bringing back crypto payments? USDC. Kind of on the fence with this one. But it might be a way for people, regular people, to just be able to be getting payments, like if they're as a contractor or whatever, and just say, you can just pay me that way as opposed to going through the banks. Just using a stable coin. I mean, so what?
Yeah, to me, it's another sign of commercial mass adoption, right?
Yeah.
Because they were there, then they weren't there. They're moving. They're recognizing. They're saying, "Hey, we are moving into a digitalized commercial economy and digital money." It's a question of, evolve. They have to evolve, and I think they're just trundling along and bopping along to be with the pack, so they don't get left behind. But hey, like I do know that with some online retailers or things and that, it can actually be quicker and easier and more cost efficient to transfer Tether or USD rather than using the dreaded old SWIFT system, because you've got to pay a $40 transfer fee. There's a spread in there. The recipient's got to pay a fee. And it worked out that $100, about $40 that actually goes in fees and spreads, right? So it eliminates that. It means they don't have to put that additional cost onto their product. It means they can deliver a quality product and service at an affordable price.
Yeah, and then obviously once the company adopts it, then others are going to have to adopt it as well, just to keep up with it, but also to lower their thing. But you know what, they've done like $1 trillion in transactions in 2003, so we're not talking about small amounts of money. So it's pretty bullish on that. But it just shows once again the adoption of crypto and blockchain. What have you done? What is that? 5 reasons to stay bullish. I think
only 5.
Yeah, that's right. The drawdowns are normal. That's right. Pretty much exactly. Historic timing. I think we're at the bottom of the bull market. I think the bull market's got at least sort of 12 to 18 months to go.
Yep.
Literally, this is a great time. The next 3 to 6 months, just dollar cost in. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for this week. I'm just going to stop the screen share. I'll work out how to do that. Okay, cool. All right, too easy, man. All right, so how do we get hold of you if anyone's interested in learning how to trade? Obviously, off the website.
I think the best way is because you're our shopfront collaborators. So if you just go to Orange Brick Road, right, Orange Brick Road, and the links are on there, and just come on through. I know we're going to finish up. So, any chance of just showing the people the crypto signal in the chart and how that works before we go?
Yes.
Should I save that?
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Because we were supposed to do that after the bubbles, weren't we?
Yeah, we were, but that's cool. So we'll leave it at the end. We'll wrap it. I'll keep it short because seeing is, and I'm very visual, right? Like I'm a tradie, right? And a guy's just come on, he's a builder. Tradies make great traders, right? We know. Measure twice, cut once. If you screw it up, you pay for the job, right? Now I'm using a new platform, and I'm just gonna try and present, share screen. And then I go select tab, entire screen, and what do I do now?
Select the screen that you want, and then click share.
Oh yeah, share, and I'm going to hopefully that should. Oh, is that? Can everyone see black?
There you go.
We're on there, Brendan.
Yeah,
okay, mate. So this is a typical chart. This is an Ethereum chart with candlesticks, right? It's a whole new language. Now, what we've done without getting too technical is I've taken 1, 2, 3 primary indicators. You don't want to clutter up your screens. We're looking for range, and we're looking for a medium in the middle. So the yellow line is what's called the middle price, channeling. So you imagine a pendulum swinging from side to side to side, right? It's always got to pass through the medium or the mean. It's called mean regression, right? It must go left to go right. It must go. So at some stage, it must pass through the yellow line, right?
Yep.
Now, if it gets overly sold, you'll see the green on our indicator, which we have here, and that there is the overly sold. That's actually the bottom of a Bollinger Band for anyone technically out there. Likewise, if it's been overly bought, the top of the Bollinger Band, and this is the moving average channel. So when it gets sold down and everyone's screaming and running away, see these red candles here, we're breaching the bottom. If we breach through the bottom Bollinger Band, it's just a no-brainer, right? Yet everyone's running scared because they don't know what to do. Sold down, moves up from here. Likewise on this side, big green never, ever, ever chase big green candles, right? I think you agree with that, Brandon?
Yeah, 100%.
That's the FOMO. Look at this. They go up in there and bang, bang down. So people, they go chasing green candles. It's on. It's all over the media. They buy here. Next minute, bang, 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 bang. They're down to here. They came in here. They've been wrecked, right? They've been wrecked.
Yep.
So if you, therefore, log on to our crypto signals and always buy the green and the blues here, because the blues come up on through, and don't buy the reds, right? When you're buying low and you're selling high, there can only be one outcome. Yep, so I'll leave it at that. So if you want to have a one-on-one chat about this, and if you think you can follow it and do it, love to see you.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to try.
Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing. Yes, back. Yeah. I actually did it without cutting us off.
I'm going to chuck that into as well. I'm just going to chuck this in the chat as well because it will stay in whatever.
Yeah, if you Put your link into it.
To Jim. Yeah, too easy, mate. All right, thank you very much, Chair. That was great. I will give you a call a bit later as well. Anyway, we've got a couple more things to talk about. All right, man. So if anyone, join us on Facebook, YouTube, or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, orangebrickroad.com.au. We've got a bunch of clients, all sort of stuff. All right, I don't like shilling, so that's my shill done. All right, too easy. All right, guys, have a great week. Got any questions? Reach out. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Take care. Speak soon.